Intro: 9 vanished kingdoms, lost to time, waiting to be rediscovered. Check Lost Worlds. We're talking about entire civilizations that ruled the world, built incredible monuments, and then completely disappeared off the map. It's insane. For the next 4 minutes, we are going on the biggest historical treasure hunt ever attempted. We're going to find Aksum's giant towers, the forgotten rivals of Egypt, the legendary kingdom of Sheba, a mysterious empire on the Silk Road, an ancient civilization with a lost language, a Nubian powerhouse, a lost Hindu kingdom in Vietnam, a city of stone that controlled the gold trade, and a superpower that literally fought Egypt to a standstill. These aren't just stories. These were real places, with millions of people, incredible wealth, and power you can't even imagine. They had it all, and then poof, gone. How does that even happen? How does an entire empire just vanish from history? Some were conquered, some were abandoned, some just faded away, leaving behind mysteries that have puzzled historians for centuries. It's like finding a secret level in the game of human history. So I'm challenging myself and all of you to join me on this insane journey. We are going to uncover the secrets of these 9 lost worlds. Chapter 1. First up, the Kingdom of Aksum. Imagine a superpower in Africa that was as influential as Rome or Persia. That was Aksum. From the 1st to the 7th century, they were the undisputed bosses of the Red Sea. They built absolutely gigantic towers called stelae, some taller than a 9-story building. It's like skyscrapers before skyscrapers. Their coins have been found as far away as India, China, which shows you just how massive their trade network was. They were one of the first empires in the world to officially adopt Christianity. So what happened? How did this economic and military giant just fade away? It's a crazy story of environmental change and shifting politics. The trade routes that made them rich started moving away from the Red Sea. The climate changed, making it harder to farm, and new powers started rising around them. It wasn't one single battle or disaster, it was a slow decline. They lost their grip on the sea, their wealth dried up, and the once mighty kingdom retreated into the Ethiopian highlands, leaving its colossal monuments behind as a ghost of its former glory. It's a wild reminder that even the biggest empires can be brought down by things they can't control. Chapter 2. Next, we're diving into the Kingdom of Mitanni. You've heard of ancient Egypt, right? Well, for a while Mitanni was their biggest rival. These guys were a total mystery for the longest time. They were a Hurrian-speaking kingdom led by an Indo-Aryan warrior elite, which is a crazy combo. They popped up in northern Mesopotamia around the 15th century BCE. They were masters of chariot warfare, thousands of elite charioteers, making them one of the most feared military forces in the ancient world. The Egyptian pharaohs weren't just fighting them, they were marrying Mitanni princesses to keep the peace. But here's the insane part. For all their power, they just collapsed. They got caught in a power struggle, the rising Hittite Empire, the Assyrians. It was like being stuck between 2 bulldozers. They were squeezed from both sides, their cities were sacked, their kingdom was completely absorbed by their rivals. Unlike Egypt, they didn't leave behind giant stone pyramids. Their cities were made of mud brick, which crumbled back into the earth. For thousands of years, Mitanni was just a name in Egyptian letters, a ghost kingdom we knew almost nothing about until archaeologists started digging. Chapter 3. You've all heard the legends of the Queen of Sheba, right? A story of incredible wealth, wisdom, and a famous meeting with King Solomon. That legend comes from a real place. The Kingdom of Saba, in modern-day Yemen. This kingdom was the Silicon Valley of the ancient world for one thing. Incense. Frankincense, myrrh, insanely valuable commodities used in religious ceremonies across the ancient world. The Sabaeans controlled the entire supply chain and grew extremely rich. Masters of desert travel, masters of maritime trade with ships sailing all the way to India. They built incredible dams, like the Great Dam of Marib, a marvel that turned desert into a vast, fertile garden that fed a huge population and funded lavish cities. But it couldn't last. Romans bypassed their trade by sailing directly across the sea. Then the Great Dam catastrophically failed after centuries. Losing their trade monopoly plus ecological collapse was the final blow. The kingdom fractured, Sheba slowly returned to the desert, its story becoming more legend than history. Chapter 4. This one is absolutely wild. Imagine a massive, powerful empire sitting right in the middle of the Silk Road, the most important trade route in the world, and we barely know anything about them. That was Khazaria. From the 7th century to the 10th century, the Khazars controlled a huge territory stretching from the Black Sea to the Caspian Sea. They were a Turkic people, originally nomadic warriors, but they settled down and built a sophisticated state that got rich by taxing the caravans traveling between Europe and Asia. They were the ultimate middlemen, and their capital city was a massive, multicultural hub. But here's the most unbelievable part. At some point, the Khazar elite, the king and the nobility, decided to convert to Judaism. This was completely unique. You had a powerful Christian empire to your west, Byzantium, and a powerful Islamic caliphate to your south, and these guys chose a third path. For centuries they held their own, but the pressure was just too much. Constant warfare with neighboring peoples, especially the Rus from the north, wore them down. Eventually, their state was smashed, their cities were destroyed, and the Khazars as a distinct people seemed to have just vanished, assimilated into the surrounding populations. It's one of history's greatest demographic mysteries. Outro. Those were 9 lost kingdoms, worlds gone but not forgotten. Want more lost histories? Check Lost Worlds, we're just getting started.